the playoffs or not. But one thing I do know, there's still some things I need to learn about him, and I've enjoyed meeting him. One of the things I do know is that I'm glad that he is on our side. Making his debut here at Media Luncheon and on Educators Network All Access is a gentleman who's had plenty of success in the city of Lafayette, and he's come home to take over the Raging Cajuns women's basketball program and put his own imprint on it. So here to talk about how preseason practice has been thus far, which now is entering week 3 for him, the head coach of Raging Cajuns women's basketball, Gary Broadhead.
Hey guys, how you doing? You can tell I have my work clothes on. We normally practice in the morning, and we started at 5:45 this morning, and had a pretty good one. You know, this is our 9th practice that we've gone through since we started, and it's a process. You know, it's slow, and we're having to change some terminology. I'm learning a lot of things right now in terminology. Most coaches talk about effort, how effort, and it's just like. I think Eric asked the other day, what do you define effort? And I defined it this morning. It's hustle. That's what they need to hear, that they need to hustle. So I'm like, okay, I can say that term, you know. And so it's been a process. We are 75% of our practices right now are going through defense. We're trying to teach them how to play defense with effort, and mostly man principles and stuff. So it's been a process. We are getting ready for a scrimmage October 27th. We go up to Northwestern and we'll scrimmage them, and then on November 3rd we play Centenary in the exhibition game, and then on November 9th we'll go to Southern and open up there, and come right back on November 12th and play LSU Shreveport for our first home game. So we're excited. My whole staff is really working hard. You know, that R on that Russell, I always say that stands for recruiting, because we are recruiting. We never ever. I'm sorry I'm late. I was recruiting, and I'm hoping I get the #1 player that I've been waiting for this afternoon. She's going to let us know this afternoon, so it's exciting. But we're recruiting. We practice in the morning, we recruit the rest of the day. Sometimes we recruit during practice. And so that's kind of been our motto. You know, as I told my assistants, I hired them to recruit, and they're actually both on the road right now doing their job. So we've been just about every school in the state so far, and some in Texas. So we're out there, and we're getting after it. Any questions?
So you've gotten this job. You're kind of embattled in it now. What do you think of it? How are you feeling as you enter this new endeavor?
I mean, it feels the same as I thought. It really did. You know, I was coming in and kind of looking at the personnel that we had that was staying, and the personnel that was coming in. We knew that we were going to have a lot of teaching to do. And I mean, we are teaching, and we love it. I mean, that's kind of what we love the best about our job, is the opportunity to teach. And I mean, coaching is fun, and the X and O's is fun, and the games are all right, but I really, really like getting in practice and teaching fundamentals. And we're starting, you know, starting from the bottom up and trying to build this foundation with the offense and with our defense. And they actually asked the first couple of practices, do we even actually get to shoot yet or not? You know, it's a process. You know. A lot of y'all know me from the past that we really, really believe in defense and stuff. And I made a statement the other day, you know, we're going to pull up our socks and tie down our shoes, and we're going to get after it. That's just how we're going to play, you know. And we're recruiting those kind of players, and we feel we can win with that style.
Coach, you brought the subject up, so I want to kind of ask you a question on that from recruiting wise. Obviously, you're happy with what's going on from the standpoint of recruiting, but what has led to the success of some of the early commitments that you guys have got really quickly lately? And obviously, you were just talking about it. You have coaches out in the field, but what, you know, not playing a game yet in the season, and you guys got commitments coming in. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's really on this recruiting process. I think you got to make kids believe. You know, I was told a couple of years ago from a doctor that we're in the Y generation. I don't know if y'all heard that. You know, it's a Y generation, and these kids they'll listen to you and they'll do what you ask them, and they want proof. You know, they really want proof, and it's trying to make them believe. So when you're recruiting, you're trying to make them believe that we're going to win here. You know. And, for some reason, through the process, I think they believe in us. I think they believe that, you know, we use our track record. You know, everywhere I've been, I've won. I don't care what level. You know, basketball is basketball to me. I mean, if it's in the NBA, WNBA, or whatever, it's basketball, and we're going to work hard, and we're going to do it this way. That's what they believe in. Not all of them, because we don't get all of them, but some of them we get them to believe in. Those are the kids that we really want. You know, we want the kids that want to be at UL Lafayette. We want those kids to come and work hard for. And I ask them every day when we recruit. I mean, I was in San Antonio during the week, and I asked the kids, and I said, what can you do for UL if you come? You know, and that's important to me too. You know, that was a question I asked. You know, and all those things are important. But I think the success in the recruiting is the type of people we are too. You know, they know who we are. We're recruiting Louisiana hard. I've been doing AAU for 30 years. I mean, I was the other guy. All these kids are playing AAU all over, and now I'm at the college level, and they look at it and knew our success before. So we're able to draw on relationships. You know, recruiting is about relationships too, and the relationships I have with a lot of these guys that are coaching right now, especially in the New Orleans area. It's crazy right now. New Orleans is finally back. I mean, I'm back at UL at a perfect time because the kids in New Orleans love to come to UL Lafayette, and the women or the girls in that area, it's blown up now. I mean, all the way from the freshman level to the senior level, it's exciting, and just been lucky that we've worked hard to get to where we are. And the kids believe in our coaching staff. They love our coaching staff, and I think that's a big thing. They want to come play for you. And I think you recruit when you come to a program like we've come to. I think you recruit yourself. You go out and you show yourself and your staff. But for me, it's a little bit easier because I know the school, so I'm able to do both. When I went to McNeese, I didn't have a clue how to recruit McNeese, but I knew how to recruit me and the head coach. So now my staff knows how to recruit me. They know how to help me to recruit kids and stuff like that. So and 3 of my staff, they're from Lafayette, and they all graduate from US. So I think we've got a little head start. I think the recruiting is going good, and it's kind of good. We haven't won a game, but we haven't lost a game either. So we just kind of we got to kind of keep going. So it works both ways. Once next year, you asked me that question at 14, and we're trying to get that done right now too, the 14 class.
Coach, also just looking at the numbers on the roster, obviously you have no shortage of guards. What are you guys looking at doing? Are you going to push the tempo, maybe press a little bit? How are you going to play? Because you got numbers in the guard position.
Yeah, I played all kind of different ways in my lifetime. I had 6'8", 6'6", 6'4". I had 5'8" and shorter and stuff like that. The style of play for us, and I think in our conference and what I'm used to is we're probably not going to play that big. I mean, it's very difficult for me to find a 6'4", 6'5" that's developed already. And our standpoint in the last couple of years that I've been coaching in college, we're looking for 6-footers that are athletic, because I love to get up and down the floor on the offensive side and shoot it quick, and then at the same time press full court and stuff. And it makes it difficult if you're a little bit bigger and stuff. Now I know then you got mismatches on the defensive side, but yeah, I like to push the ball up the floor and try to score off of it and rebound off. We kind of throw it up to go get it sometime, and I think we'll do that this year. And then press. The pressing situation comes in when you play like that. You've got to play a large number of kids. And I'm not sure if we can do that this year. We're going to try. And we've been working on it. Working on run and jump and trapping it, trying to put pressure on the ball and in the full and the half court. And then on the offensive side, we've been running a lot of transition. Now we'll have to be in shape if we play 7 or 8 kids this year. But looking at what we're looking for is, we'd like to play 10 kids, 8 to 10 kids, and play fast pace. It's fun for the fans. We're going to be very, very aggressive. Our kids will be on the floor, and a lot of trapping and a lot of trying to create turnovers so we can get easy layups and stuff. And we do have a lot of guard play, but I like guard play. I think you win with guard play. I really do. Now you have to be good guard play, and you have to be athletic guard play. But I think you win with it. And I think in our league too is if you can find a 4-player that's a 6 foot that can just go after the ball and rebound, that'll help you to win too. So, and then defend anybody on the floor. And that's kind of what we're recruiting right now. It's just our style. It's what we like. Our whole staff likes it. And I think that we can win with it.
Coach, you mentioned recruiting top athletes, and you mentioned basically practicing without a ball, not really liking games, preferring practice, playing defense. All of that doesn't go into the stereotypical I'm a good player, I'm a top recruit. How do you get top recruits to buy into that mentality? I mean, to even recruit top recruits into that mentality.
Yeah. I mean, when we go in, I mean, basically most of the top recruits know they're going to have to defend, you know. And I mean, that's a good question. How are we doing? How are we getting the top recruit to buy into what we're doing? Is I guess they just basically know and seen how we played in the past, you know. They know that we did. A lot of the top recruits like to get up and down the floor and score and stuff. And I mean, you're trying to sell them that, hey, you can come in and you can score, and we can change somewhat on the offensive side, but you're still going to have to defend and stuff like that. Most of them know that you have to defend to win. Most of them are coming from great programs that already do it, like the Southwoods and the St. Thomas Moores and the Warren Eastons and all that. They defend already, so they have that mentality. What's so great about our job is we get to pick the kid that we think fits in our system instead of taking our system and trying to fit the kids that are there. So it's, the kids that I'm recruiting like this style of play. I haven't able to get the top recruit that just can just do everything and buy in yet, but one day we will.
So while we're talking about recruiting, it's all fine and dandy, but what makes you believe that this year you can turn it around?
Well, I think it's going to take some time. We're just trying to change the effort and how we practice and stuff. And it really is tough. I mean, I knew it. You just know it, and you just come in and you come in every day and you be consistent. That's a difficult thing for them right now, is to be consistent. We have 5 freshmen, 5 sophomores, 1 junior, 1 senior, and the whole thing is being committed to be consistent. How do you get them consistent? And it's not. You're smart enough to know that it's a growing process. And I think for this year, if we can get them to consistently work hard, we'll improve. Where we'll end up, I have no idea. Who will play, I have no idea. It's just what it is. It's just how it is. We're going out, we're going to work hard. The first game we'll start some people. We have to start 5 people. I don't know if y'all knew that, but we have to. And whoever shows up and is practicing hard, it may not be the best players. It may not always be the best players. And we're learning. It's like we have some kids that aren't working as hard, and they're paying the price right now for not working hard. I always feel that way as a coach. We have what they want, and that's playing time. Right now we're not playing. We're working too, and I guess they think I'm old and I'll forget, but I won't forget. And I'll know who's working hard every day. And it's consistently every day. There's some of them that come and work 2 days straight, and then the 3rd day they just, for some reason, they think that they've earned the right. It's part of it. It's part of getting them to be consistent. That's the hard thing. And if you've ever built a program, that's kind of part of it. My assistants are getting a little antsy at some of the things going on, but I just tell them to relax, and we'll get through it. It's like weathering the storm. Just kind of go through it. And as we start the season, I'm sure we'll have plenty of storms that we'll have to deal with, but we'll just get through it and keep on working. That's all we know how to do.
Coach, how do you get a kid who's known more for their offense? I know you have a couple of shooters. How do you get them to get better defensively? Who, obviously they may not be as talented on the defensive side of the ball as somebody else, but they bring a lot to the table offensively, like especially 3-point shooters. How do you get them to become better defenders, and can you become a better defender?
Yeah, I think you can. I think you just do breakdown drills. We do one-on-one and one-on-one and one-on-one. You get tired of trying to find different ways to guard one-on-one and then 2-on-2, and then you utilize them in different ways. In the past, I was always taking a shooter that maybe can't guard the ball as much and use them just to deny the ball. They're not very good at help side and all that, so we'll take that shooter, and I've done it in the past, and a lot of times we try to take their best player out, and we'll just take that shooter that doesn't defend that well. It's easy to deny the ball. You find different ways, but we do a lot of breakdown drills. And are they going to be the best defender when we get done with them? Probably not. But can they learn to at least defend their man and help in that situation? And we always, our defense is predicated on help. We pressure the ball, and everybody on the team knows where the ball's going. So that's a plus. We try to shorten up the floor, the way we defend, to where we're not having, I don't like to guard the whole floor. Anytime the ball goes to the middle, if you see we're playing, the ball goes to the middle, that's a major breakdown. because we're not going to be able, there's too many options for really good players. So we try to shorten up the floor, and you say, well, how are you going to force the ball there? Well, that's what we're trying to do. We work every day on forcing the ball sideline. I don't really care if they're left-handed or right-handed. It doesn't bother me. We're forcing the ball one way, and we're trying to keep it there, if you notice. And you say, well, Coach, you live giving up baseline. No, we're not. We're forcing the ball baseline to try to trap it or to keep it on that side so we don't have to deal with guarding the whole floor. Just kind of how we guard, and it just takes time. I think it's going to take time. I think some of those shooters will buy in, and some of them won't. You know, that's one of the things you recruit. You know, when you recruit and you recruit, one of the I come to mind. One of the kids that we got committed to us right now is I went watch her play. I signed her because she could shoot, but man, I didn't realize she could defend like that. She, you know, it's part of her mentality. So we're recruiting the right kind of kid to come in to play our style. You know, hopefully we'll have shooters that can at least defend somewhat. You know, right now, it's just a process. We'll find out who's going to be able to defend pretty soon.
Any other questions for Coach? That's it.
Thank y'all.
Nice, Coach. Guys, thank you, Coach.
I'll call you.